Yes, people, crazy times. Yeah, Tottenham Hotspur. I can't believe another pre-record with Tottenham Hotspur in the video, right? They are making moves, whether it's now or whether it's it for the summer. They are about to go and grab one of the hottest prospects out there called Antonio Nusa. People don't know about him. He's the best Norwegian kid about roughly roundabout now. This is crazy because they're talking about only 25, 30 million. Tottenham are ahead of the curve. And you know what? No person better to talk about it with other than my guy Mont right here, right now. As you can see, I'm split, and here he is, right here. You don't support Tottenham, but guess what? We're both haters. You know, that's the thing. They're doing the correct market kind of thing. Antonio Nusa, young, Norwegian, you know, it's got pretty much everything you want in a winger. And with Tottenham, this is not where it's going to stop, Monts. The thing is, whether people know about him or don't know about him, trust me, he's probably the it thing right now. You can't say, oh, because of compilations, because right now, Spurs' recruitment is top notch. And pretty much every signing that they've made since Pedro Porro has been a hit. But yeah, man, guys, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you drop a comment as well, because that would be much appreciated. But Mons, man, this kid is saying he's a wonder kid. You know, he's being hit up by most clubs in Europe. All clubs want him. I want him. Mm-hmm. I mean, you probably wouldn't mind having him. I think no.
Mind him.
Huh?
I said wouldn't mind him. Wouldn't mind him. Not gonna lie. Silky left winger, playing the 10 kind of as well. You know, a little bit versatile, quick, agile. Seems ahead of his. Boy, it's the man ahead of the club.
Yeah, you know what? When was the last time you could say Tottenham even like they haven't grabbed him? But Fabrizio Romano is obviously saying Tottenham are pushing for him. I'll go through the quote that he said. I'll go through what the Guardian have also said and what quoted price they've mentioned alongside of what was happening yesterday. But you know, I got told this source was a fraud. The source that came out of it said, "Oh, he was already agreed to Chelsea last summer or something for 30 million." Well, clearly he's not that much of a fraud. Clearly he's ahead of the curve, right? I just like this guy's just. I just don't understand what's happened in the space of 12 months at Tottenham, but it's happened, right? They got Dragushin in. They got Timo Werner on loan. Not saying it's the greatest, but again, let me ask: when was the last time Spurs had a sort of winger like this? Because for people that don't know, he's tricky. He go left or right. He can play left or on the right, and his burst of acceleration to beat a player, in my opinion, for what I've seen. Remember, he plays for Club Brugge. Some of you might have seen in the Europa League. Some of you might have just watched him here and there. Compilation. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. This is the maddest fight. He's got a lot to grow into. When was the last time we see someone like that at Spurs? Lamella maybe with a kind of like with a feet, maybe.
In terms of the hype, because when they did get Lamella from Roma,
there was a lot of hype.
It was a lot of hype around Lamella, and it's not like they got Lamella when he was some average baller. Like there was definitely hype on his name. And if we're talking the last good winger they grabbed, I'm trying to think in terms of what. Yeah, it might even have been Lamella, Son, maybe. The Son hype went even crazy then as well when they bought him.
Either way, we're talking about a good 10 years ago, nearly a whole decade.
Yeah, pretty much.
And if there's something that they are lacking right now, it's probably someone that could, you know, provide good delivery. Son's not going to be around forever, but they're providing for the future. And I don't think this is where it's going to stop. I think Brennan Johnson, however you may feel about him, I don't think he's cutting the mustard exactly. I think he was a bit overpriced. He's doing all right. You know, I think Andy's getting the best out of him currently, and he's still got a lot to grow into. You know, I'm not saying he's it, but I think he's an outlet. You know, one thing that Spurs didn't have last season was outlets. They didn't have no pace. They had nothing going on for them other than Son. Now you're going to bring in a kid in the summer, and we talk about Ange. He likes working with young players, clearly. You know, a lot of, you know, we're probably going to find a lot of comments about people hating. Yeah. And why I say this on the hating on an aspect, because it's Tottenham, and we will say, oh, it's only Tottenham. But, you know, like, two, right, is that they're beating everyone ahead of the curve. And three, they're going to say compilations, but we said the same thing for Adoji. And look what he's doing right now. You want to look at Papa Sarr. Who was Papa Sarr last season?
It's true. But I think with Nusa, though, I think we need to understand is that when they bring him in, are they going to bring him in for him to be alone, and to let him back out, or are they going to bring him in we want you to challenge for the first team? Because in terms of the left wingers at Spurs, let's talk about the left wingers and what they have available. Yeah, Timo Werner. If Nusa does come in during the summer, or whether it's in January, Werner's not going to be there. I don't think he's going to be there. I don't think Tottenham going by Werner. Who else is there? Sullivan. Stopgap signing. There's no longevity to that. So he's not going to be there. Let's look at Brendan Johnson. Can play probably a little bit better on the left wing, actually, if we're looking at what he can bring. For me, the way Ange's using him, I don't think he's entirely convinced at the moment. Who else have we got on the wing for Spurs, realistically? Kulusevski is a predominantly right winger and a 10, so he's not going to play there. Who else have we got? What other wingers have we got at Spurs?
Not really much, other than Ivan Perisic, and he's out.
Perisic is going back to his old club.
I see that. So they bring out one player, one winger. They bring in another one. If we're gonna go for what the Guardian.
Sorry, I'm saying Son's left winger days are done. His days at left winger.
Actually, to be fair, he started left wing this season where Richarlison been up front as well. So it's been an option.
It's been an option, but I feel like Spurs. Richarlison's in good form at the moment, so we can't knock that. But Son, for me, predominantly getting the most out of your most lethal player, probably as a striker. I think his left wing days are deteriorating as we speak. So even if Son's day can still play left wing now, Nusa to come in for the next 5-6 years, you can see him kind of maybe passing the torch on for someone who's going to be elusive, good on the ball, beats his first man. As you said, what, an outlet? Because they need an outlet.
100%, yeah, 100%. If you want a guy to pick up the ball from deep as well, he can also do that. I'm not saying he's a world beater right now, but the potential is really high. We're talking about 195, like 190 potential on FM.
Stop it, regardless.
Yeah, no. So what Fabrizio said, this is the latest. He said talks are taking place between Tottenham and Club Brugge for talent Antonio Nusa. There's no formal bid, but deal on, as HLN reported. I understand Nusa doesn't want to leave in January. Deal could be done now, but for the summer. And then many clubs are keen, but Spurs are the ones that are pushing. And then you got the Guardian also saying that Tottenham negotiating with Club Brugge over 25 million rated winger Antonio Nusa. And what they're going to say is that the deal would be done now. It's a bit like Nkunku. Deal gets done early, and then you stay where you are, basically technically on loan, if you want to call it a loan, or he just stays at his club until then, and then you can go get his minutes for what he needs. The thing is, obviously, a lot of people might come back and say, oh, he's only paid about, 1,400, as LB was saying, or 1,600 minutes this season alone. But that's going to double. And how many times have we seen where players are like, oh, he's only done this amount? And then by the time it hits next year, this guy's worth double the price, and you've got double the amount of teams that are actually tracking him, and trying to get him as well. Man United were linked with him, I believe. I think Chelsea's also been linked with him the most, but Tottenham are the one to make the move. And this might be a new era of Tottenham. Whether we like it or not, Tottenham are moving in the right direction, in my opinion. Even if this one is to fail, the thing is that they are highlighting prospects, talent, and we've never seen this before. Usually we see Tottenham grab a load of money and go spend it on just about anyone. Like a bit like when they sold Gareth Bale. All the profiles they got in probably didn't make sense at the time. And then obviously Pochettino sorted it out. And that's the way forward. Right now, they're making good deals for good prices.
They are indeed. And I feel like this is just, again, they've got 9 senior attackers there. And I feel like they are probably going to get rid of 3 or 4 come the summer.
They got 9?
9 senior attackers. They've got 9 senior attackers, bro. 9.
I thought it was 7.
Is it 7? 7 or 9? So Richarlison, Kulusevski, Son, Vélez, Johnson.
Would you call Vélez a senior player?
He's come on the pitch when he needed to at times. He is a senior attacker. Who else have we got? Perisic, Johnson.
I think you might be missing. Brian Hill. Brian Hill.
That's not. That's wait. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. No, hold on.
Yeah.
Werner, Son, Johnson, Kulusevski, Richarlison, Vélez, Gil. That's 7. Who am I missing?
Werner.
I said Werner. I started with Werner.
Richarlison.
Said Richarlison. Oh, maybe it is 7.
Maybe it is 7. But either way, it doesn't matter. Half of them are deadwood, in my opinion. But look, the way I'm looking at him once is Tottenham are doing the right things. If you're a Tottenham fan, you must be really excited. I think I was on even on previous videos. They're building up their squad, and technically part first team as well. Whether you want to say Grealish is the first teamer, we don't know yet. But guys, make sure you smash the like button. Like button is super important.
Maddison.
Yeah, but Maddison's the midfielder. He's a midfielder. Yeah, he's a midfielder. But yeah, I was going to say, look, Tottenham are in the right direction. I think this is an amazing signing, proper baller as well. I'm hating, they're hating, but if you're a Tottenham fan, you're loving it. You know, McDonald's in a bit.